Well, we're into month 3 of having chickens right now, and I just wanted to give a little bit of an update on how the coop is that I got from Amazon. And as you can see, I have added a little bit here as far as the run, made some adjustments to it, given the chickens some stuff to work with, and just kind of go over, you know, what it's like so far having chickens. Again, month 3 in. For a lot of you who are new to this, we're looking to start, figure might as well be with someone who's going through it right now. All right, so let's get into it. So to answer the first question, yes, chickens are worth it. I mean, they're just an absolute blast. They're fun to have around. They aren't laying eggs yet. They're only 3 months in. However, again, they're helping out across the board. I take them into the yard, which is on the other side of the fence there, and let them run amok, and they're chomping up bugs left and right. Before we get into the inside here, where you can see I've got something set up for them already, I want to talk about the actual run that I built, as well as check in on the coop that we have. So let's do that. So the run itself is 8x8. I made it with 2x3s, which are studs, and chicken wire here. And I know I'm gonna have some folks saying, hey, you need something better than chicken wire, and I get that, but you have to remember I have this inside of my other fence, which has already got defenses in place to keep critters out. So any sort of bad guys that want to get in here and chomp on them ladies right there, they've got to make it through basically 2 lines of defense. I'm not too worried about that. So with this build that I have here, again, this is all 2x3s, plus I've got the plastic roofing there. You can get that, and those were, by the way, so it took 4 of these, 1 2 3 4, and they're like 26 bucks a piece. The 2x3s are like $3 a pop. So again, public school math on here, I think I was somewhere around like $180 to $200 for everything, because I had spare parts around, as well as I was able to use and save from my previous run this section right here, which had the door. We're going to talk about those guys in a second. Not a sponsored content, they just gave it to me, but I want to talk about it here in a little bit. So I was able to repurpose this as well, and then you'll see some other aspects that are from things that I had. But again, overall, this has just popped in, and it's already been through some significant wind action here, which has popped us north of 80 degrees. We had 80 mile an hour winds that came through, and this thing held up fine. So I don't want anybody worrying about that too much. All right, let's get on to the coop itself. Okay, so this coop I got from Amazon, and you know, it is what it is. It's going to last a couple of years, that I think it'll need to last here as we figure out, do we want to have chickens and do we want to keep them around? Like I said, so far it's nothing but a resounding yes, but I have a whole video on this. If you go check on my page channel, you'll find it. So they've got the boxes are right here. You can see the girls have been busy doing their thing. I've got my ceramic eggs in here to get them some practice as well. There's another set of boxes on that side. They've already kicked out a bunch of the fluff that's in there. But again, it comes with these little access doors, so I can get in there, clean stuff out as I need to, et cetera, et cetera. It's due next couple days, I'll get in there. And then I have this little access here where I can get in from this side if I need to. And then they got their little run that goes up, right? So it's kind of nice. Nice little setup from Amazon. I'm really actually pretty happy with it overall. It's held up really well. Never had any issues. And again, you see here I've got more ceramic eggs, so the girls get practice having eggs. All right, so let's go take a look on the inside and kind of see some of the stuff I've set up. All right, so starting over here in this corner, I try to put little spots where they can roost. They love to be able to climb up there and just find different areas. I'm going to be adding more sand. They really like the sand to be able to get in there and fluff around. We've had some rain, so you see it's kind of solidified a little bit. But when it's dry, they're in there all day. I had these spare, basically, branches from a tree that fell down that I was able to save, and I'm just testing out this spot so far. The girls really like this lower one. This one, I've only seen one of them up here one time. I may have to add one more so they can hop up and do the thing, but it's a little bit of a challenge for them. They kind of enjoy it. So this roost, they really love this roost. It's from their brooding box. I just kept it in here more just as a comfort piece for them. For whatever reason, they love to hop up here, and I'll find them on this roost more than anything. Other stuff that I've done here, this is a stock from one of my sunflowers from last year. I just put up here. The little guys right there, this one, they love coming up here and just scooting all around everywhere here. And the last one I put up here was the test one for them. Basically, as they're hopping from here, will they make it up here? And I've seen a couple of the girls up here a few times, so they have made their way up here, and it is like a little swing for them just to kind of hop around. They seem to enjoy it. Additional things that I have is if you can, I'm gonna probably get 2 more of these and just put these out. The birds just love hopping on top of this thing. Again, they're natural roosters from what I understand. Literally, like, they like to roost. So it's one of the deals that I think is pretty cool. Additionally, I've just got the plain feeder for now. I'll get a more fancy one later. We got our watering can. Again, both of these items were from Tractor Supply. Thought were great. And this drinker is really good, because if you haven't had one before, right, what it does is it's got a handle on here you can just fill up, and it's got this little lever right here that when you close it up, it lets the water out, but that creates a vacuum, only lets a certain amount of water out. All right, clean them up for the ladies a little bit. I change that water out every couple days just to keep it fresh. Last thing I picked up for too was this as well. This is simply just a block meant for your free. Hey, what's up, girly? This one's honey mustard. That's that one's name. Anyways, down here, this is just a little feeder for them to go after, so they can peck at it and, you know, get some time pecking, but it's also got all the goodness and goodies in there as well. So they seem to really enjoy that one also. So one last thing before we go is I want to talk about this. This is, again, from Grubterra. This is black soldier fly larva. They sent this to me. Again, they didn't give me any money for this. They just asked me to give it a try and give a review on this video. So that's what we're doing here today. And I tell you, I've had this now for a little bit. Let me show you what they look like here. And I can tell you right now, the girls, they absolutely love them. The chicks, they come in, just these little crunchies for them to go after. Nothing too crazy. They absolutely love them. The one thing I'd recommend is when you are going to feed them, make sure that you always shake the bag. It's like a little, you know, Pavlovian bell for them. They'll come running, they go crazy, and they love it 100%. So I've gotten some other stuff, you know, and I think these treats are basically on par. But if you're looking to change it up, these guys are probably worth it to take a look. So yeah, big fans of these ones right here. So is it worth it to have chickens? If you can afford the upfront costs, absolutely. Again, you're never gonna be a multimillionaire or say that you're not gonna save any money at the grocery store having chickens, but is it worth it? Absolutely. Again, I have them here for the manure for my garden. That's the main piece. And again, they're just fun to have around. So with that, if you're considering having chickens and you have the space and you can take care of them, by all means do so. They're a lot of fun. All right, I'll see you next time, guys.